Okay, looks like there's too much of technical glitch today. We are waiting for more people to join in. Hello, Kakima. So we're just waiting for more people to join in. There's too much of technical glitch happening today. We are not able to have a constant live, so thank you for bearing with us. Thank you for joining, everyone. We are just waiting for more people to join in because the live got disconnected twice. So many people are getting confused between the different links. So please bear with us for a couple of more minutes and then we shall start. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. Hello. Unfortunately, Shrestha, I'm not getting an option to add you. I think I have to do it myself as usual. So, which is okay. It's all right. Hi, Jayashri. Hi, Sophia Di. Hi, Vinesh. Hi, Nivedita. Okay, I think we can quickly start. It's 10:44. 10:45 is where we start. And thank you once again to join us a day prior to the supposedly love weekend. So we thought that this will be the wonderful time to start to conduct the open house for Viropana. And this open house, as far as I remember, is happening perhaps after 3 to 4 months. But so that's why I think you might have a lot of questions in your kitty to ask me today. Okay, so today's open house, as the rule is, the open house means that your questions and my answers as much as I can. So you can ask me questions associated to love because this is the love weekend, and if you have seen the posters, it's all about love marshmallows. So you can ask me questions about related to love or relationship or any issues, different shades of love, anything associated with that. Okay, so it's 10:45. I wish to finish off the live by 11:30 max. So keep the questions coming and I will try and answer and address all your queries as genuinely and as honestly possible. Okay, so you can start with your queries and let me just adjust this a little bit now that I will be doing this all by myself. Yeah, I think, yeah, this is better. Yes, somebody has sent me a request. Let me see who is that. Shrestha. Okay. I have a group, Shrestha. See if this time you can be added. I don't know. I'm very disappointed with Facebook.
Hello. Finally.
Finally. Yeah. Okay. You.
I'm so
দেখা
sorry.
যাচ্ছে না। একটু করে দেখা যাচ্ছে না।
দেখা যাচ্ছে আমাকে?
আরেকটু পেছনে।
পিছাবো?
হ্যাঁ, আমি এগোবো ব্যাস, then it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's fine. Hello, Sophia Di. So yes, 10 people, 11 people are watching us live, and today no topic, your questions and my answers. So, Shrestha, since till the time people, our audiences are asking us questions, if you have any question, because
Okay.
the topic is vast, love does not always have to be romantic relationship. Love can be any kind of love. It can be
Yeah.
between parents, it can be siblings, it can be friends. It can be hello beautiful people to hello to another
Hello.
beautiful woman. So yeah. So love can be of different shades, and of course, relationships have different comes with different colors and different aspects. Not everything is explainable. You cannot explain everything also. So if you have any question, till the time people come up with their own set of questions.
Okay. Let me ask you about one-sided love.
Okay, what do you want to know about one-sided love?
Just tell me something, whatever you want.
Whatever I want. Okay, I can actually talk about 45 minutes only on this topic because
Okay.
uh, see, I believe that one-sided love basically what everybody knows what it means. It means that the love is not being reciprocated. That same love that with which you have shown to or which you have felt for one person, that person has not reciprocated that feeling. But does that make your feeling anything less? The answer is no. So, quoting my favorite Shahrukh Khan from "ए दिल है मुश्किल" कि एक तरफा प्यार की ताकत ही कुछ और होती है, ये औरों की तरह दो लोगों में नहीं बटती. So, one-sided love is definitely complete by itself. Yes, it does not have that same kind of reciprocation, and of course, you do not get to experience all the feelings and all the emotions that you experience when there is a mutual relationship that is there. But that does not take away the fact that you have or you are in love. As long as you feel that for that person, I think that is more important. You might be together for years and feel nothing, so at least it's better to experience certain emotions even though it's one-sided. Yeah, that's pretty much I feel. I think more or less each one of us have at least have one kind of one-sided infatuation, crush, love, once at least in our life. We have had that since our childhood. We have had that. Like I have had many, so it's okay. Yeah. I've experienced perhaps all shades of love, so it's all right. I'm the perfect person today to answer all things. So yes, I think 12 people are watching us live. So yes, if you have any questions associated with love, with any shades of love, relationship, please feel free to ask. Till then, I think we'll just keep on talking till then any new question comes in. If you have any other questions, Krishna, any other question you might have?
হচ্ছে পরে
Okay.
পরে
Pore. Okay, okay. So let's see who else are watching. Your mother is watching. Okay. Kakima Nivedita is watching. Vinesh, Shiman Majumdar, Rituparna, Khushbu, Rupravi, and Jayashri. Okay. So all the beautiful people who are watching us live, I'm sure you have some questions that you want answers for. Please feel free to ask. Don't wait because I have no trust on Facebook today. It just is our lives are just disconnected. So please feel free to ask any question that you might have because majorly our issues in life are usually anxiety, stress, or anything that is somewhere associated either with work or with relationship. Any
হুম
of these two categories. We are not dealing with the work aspect today, but definitely from the relationship perspective. Okay, Jayashri has a question.
How can we differentiate love from crush, sympathy, obsession, physical attraction? I mean, how can we understand if this is love? Nice
I think
question.
this one question sums up everything. So thank you, Jayashree, for this beautiful question. So I'll take it one by one. All right. How can we differentiate love from crush, sympathy, obsession, physical attraction? Okay. First, let's understand that obsession is not something that comes immediately. Obsession builds up slowly and steadily. Obsession builds up. Even the most healthiest of relationship can lead to obsession. So obsession builds up धीरे धीरे. But I'll just start with the first part, crush. Crush, I think crush is something which is extremely, how should I say that? In fact, most of the people keep on telling crush খেয়েছি, আমি ওর ওপর crush খেয়েছি. So crush, as if it's not crush, it is Pepsi or something. So crush is basically, so crush is more or less the moment you see somebody, there are butterflies in your stomach. So that is more of a crush, or when you're in the love, in the initial stages of love, when you feel, oh, the Yash Chopra movies type, the leaves are falling, that you are on cloud, you're walking on clouds. These kind of feelings are more of like, you are not in touch with reality. Basically, everything seems good, everything is wonderful, and any simple text, any simple sign that is happening, you feel it is for you. Let's say, for example, you're listening to FM radio, suddenly a song plays. Oh, dekho, the universe has thought about me, and the song is playing. So this is what happens when you're in the initial stages of love or crush. And crush genuine crush often is accompanied by physical attraction, definitely. Usually, in fact, physical attraction is something, we actually take it at a very wrong sense. But physical attraction, you have to see that person a little bit. So पहले तो देखोगे, then some kind of something, some vibe needs to connect between you two. So that vibe itself can lead to completely physical attraction, or it can lead to just an attraction that forms into love. Now, any love is complete with all aspects. It will have a little bit of empathy. Sympathy is not something which I will associate it with love. Sympathy is in a position of power. You feel sympathetic for poor people. That means you are in a position to help someone. Empathy is what you associate with love, when you actually feel what the other person is feeling. Now, a lot of people I have met in my life, they have said, is it really possible to empathize? Because people say they know how they feel, but can they really feel? They can. Maybe not exactly the way you are feeling, but they will understand your position, your play, and accordingly they will, work with you, or accordingly they will talk to you, or behave with you. That's empathy. Of course, when I say, let's say there is a domestic violence survivor, if I understand that how the person is feeling, that does not mean that I will actually feel the physical pain of the person. It does not mean that. It just means that I understand the trauma that person might have gone through, and at least be a little bit more empathetic when I'm dealing with the person. So sympathy is not something I associate with love. Empathy, definitely. Obsession is something which builds up in love, and that really builds up when there is a lot of insecurities. Obsession starts from insecurity, a lot of insecurity, and then your world is revolving around that person, because you have nothing else to do. If your life is filled with many things, you actually do not really need to get obsessed about another person. While Kabir Singh is a perfect example of obsessive love, but that did not pay well. Obsession does not pay very well in love, because the person feels claustrophobic. The person will feel suffocated. Physical attraction is extremely common in any relationship, because we are not in platonic love. We are not Bhagwan, that there will be no physical attraction. There will be, but if everything is only that, then definitely it's not love. It is just friends with benefits. So once the benefits are over, the relationship is over. So I think this is how you differentiate, Jayashri. We have had almost, I'm not sure about obsession or physical attraction, but at least we have had crush and love relationship in our life by now. And you will understand that when you actually feel, crush is something which just happens. You are in metro, you like someone, oh, cute looking somebody, was crush. Ho gaya. Crush is basically based on physical appearance. Love is not
What
based on
uh,
physical.
what is the difference between crush and infatuation?
Not much, not much. Almost similar thing, almost similar thing. Infatuation is also, people actually cannot differentiate between infatuation and love. People think that all infatuation are love. In fact, everybody who gets infatuated, they think they are love. But after a few days, it's over. When that fever is, it's like a viral fever. The fever is over, that's okay. Then love is something which is not temporary. It stays. It is not that you are going to feel the same thing every time, but yes, you feel that there is something different with this person. Why is it so hard to let a relationship go, though the other person let it go a long time ago? Okay. So you mean breakups? Okay. So why is it hard to let a relationship go though the other person let it long go? Yeah. See, how long will a person take to let go of a relationship? That actually depends on the person. There is no rule book that I have to let go of any relationship within 6 days or 7 days or anything, or 6 months or 7 months. Now, few people are extremely on the go. They can very well, they can just drop something, pick something up. It is very easy for them. So because they want to move there, it's like, the pace of their life is very fast. They want to have that kind of life, or their involvement in certain relationship was not to that extent which the other person has. So, for example, if I was in a relationship with anybody and the other person was like, they were on a relationship, but then you see within a month that the person has moved on and the person is actually leading a good life. I am also leading a life, but of course, some part of me has stopped somewhere. A part of me is has stopped the day the person has moved on from my life. So that part is not. So that is going to be there. I am a different person. That person is a different person. That definitely, of course, another factor which I was saying, that the involvement was different. The person's involvement and your involvement was different. You were probably more involved in the relationship, and you have not only given your more than physical involvement, it is more of emotional investment that you have done. Emotional investment is something which actually stops you from moving on, and the other person might not have invested so much emotionally, or the person is but there will be one point of your one point of time in your life when it will only be a memory. It will no longer be a painful memory. Memories will be there. You will not forget anything. You will remember everything, but it will not pinch you anymore. So that thing is something, I believe it depends on how much involved you are in that relationship. I think that is one thing. So thank you, Rituparna, for the question, and Jayashri for the question. If anybody else have any question, feel free to ask. Till then, Shrestha, if you have any question.
You're looking so beautiful.
Thank you very much. So yeah, this kind of statement, immediately you will feel crush. So somebody gives you a compliment, that is crush. Love does not happen like that. Love takes love is actually a commitment, and basically people had made love a very playful thing nowadays. I have seen that. It's like it's very easy to fall in love and to let go of love. It's not that
Not
easy,
love,
right?
exactly. Right. Okay.
There's
If one
three questions.
person is in a relationship and one fine day falls for someone else and cannot let go of any one of them, what do you think about this? Can a person love two people at the same time? I think no.
No, no.
I
A
don't
person
think.
can never, person can love two people at the same time, yes, but not at the same level. Not at the, both are looking ishti. Thank you, Jayashri.
Thank you.
So you cannot love two people at the same way. It is not possible. Every person is different. So, for example, Jayashri is there, Shrestha is there. If I love both of them, the way I would love Shrestha and I would love Jayashri, there has to be certain difference. So there will be difference. Now, coming to romantic love. First of all, if you are already in love, why would you look for someone else? That is my
Point.
first question. So if there is love, and love is all about accepting the person with all their highs and lows, with all their shortcomings and everything, there will be misunderstandings, of course, there will be issues, but as long as there is no disrespect, or as long as there is no stepping on each other's self-esteem, I think you really do not fall out of love so easily, unless there is a constant incident of cheating, constant incident of stepping on somebody's self-esteem, or there is an issue with the character of the person. You usually do not look out for another person to love. You have already have somebody. Why would you look for someone else? Which means, either something is not the love is not complete with the whatever person you are with currently, or secondly, you just have this tendency of ye to hai, let's explore something else.
Taken for
Yeah.
granted type.
Right, kind of. Let's explore something else. And then you like some characteristics of this and some characteristics of this person. And now you cannot let go of both of them because you want this as well, that as well. Come on, love, it is love. It is not a cocktail. You cannot have both of that. Yeah. So if you're actually choosing like that, that basically you are in a mall. You want a bit of this, a bit of that, and it is like those restaurant which ask you that, this is noodles, these are vegetables, how you want to make your noodle, and you tell that, give a little bit of this or give a little bit of that. So these people really need to differentiate between noodles and love relationships. These people, can a person love two people? At the same time, the answer is no. For some, if they are actually doing it with two people at the same time, that is problem in that person. The person is basically two timing. That is the word, cheating. Yes, the person is basically cheating. Simple as that. Yeah. Okay. Next question. Anybody else? দারুণ বলেছো, থ্যাংক ইউ জয়শ্রী, আমি অ্যাওয়ার্ডটা পেয়ে all right. Anybody else have any question about love, relationship? Please feel free to ask. Because there is no right or wrong question. Feel free to ask any question you might have. Instead of searching in Google, it is better to have a discussion, because
Yeah.
Google does not give you all right answers. And that is the reason we conduct this, open house sessions. So please feel free to ask any question you might have. In fact, while Jayashri asked that question about physical attraction, I remembered one question that was there in the kitty when we were planning this session.
Mm.
So while the person is not asking, I will only say the question and also the answers along with that. So it is said that a lot of relationship nowadays starts on physical note, right? Different age এ প্রেম হয় কি? উত্তর দিচ্ছি, just wait. হয়
মনে
হয়
হয় না।
সব হয়, একদম হয়, একদম হয়। That একদমই হয় because age is just a number and it is true. Age দিয়ে হয় না, as long as your mentality matches maturity. See, both this যেটা আমি বলছি and the one that you are asked is actually related. So let me start with what I was saying. Physical attraction relationship starts, correct. So nowadays a lot of relationship, in fact not nowadays, even before as well, a lot of relationship starts on physical aspect. মানে ওটা that happened before, and then you kind of think, oh, I should get into a relationship with this person. It happens. It's very very common. It might sound uncommon to you, but it is very common. But the question is that is that will that you know will that actually, how should I say, is that going to stay, is that going to stay for a long period of time? The answer is no. No. Any relationship that starts on a physical note, usually research says that the relationship does not last long, because the anything that starts on that note means that it was on a completely different wavelength that you people connected. Whatever happened. After that, you thought that you can go along well, but then of course when you start dealing with each other on a daily basis, you see, oh my god, I can't deal with this nonsense anymore. So of course it's not going to. And when that thing happens first, when the physical relationship happens first and then the relationship, of course there is no mental matching that has happened before. So the depth of physical relationship at that time is also very low. It is just a physical, it I won't even call it a relationship. It's just all those kind of one night stands that happens, and then multiple. Huh?
Fling.
Fling नहीं, fling is more of like, fling is like आज इसको अच्छा लगा, आज ये अच्छा लगा, कल कोई और अच्छा लगा, परसों कोई और अच्छा लगा. It is not going to the extent of physical relation.
Okay.
Physical relation is like, you know what you want from that person. That's it. You are very clear intention, dude. I don't want to go into a relationship. That is what I want. So if that is the mentality with which you are going, and if it's working for you, thank God help you. But usually this does not lead to a proper relationship. So I'll now take one by one the questions. Emin
How?
Majumdar has asked a question.
Yeah.
ডিফারেন্ট এজে প্রেম হয় কি? হ্যাঁ, আমি ওটার উত্তরটা একটু দিয়ে দিই।
Hmm.
হয়, অ্যাবসলিউটলি হয়, অ্যাজ লং অ্যাজ দের ইজ মেন্টাল ম্যাচিং, নিশ্চয়ই হবে। বিকজ অনেক সময় আমাদের ছোটবেলা থেকে আই হ্যাভ সিন, লট অফ উইমেন গেট ম্যারিড টু লিটল, মানে দের ইজ এজ গ্যাপ বিটুইন দ্য ম্যান অ্যান্ড দ্য ওমেন। There are reasons for that. এমনি এমনি দিত না। But often I have also seen that women are elder nowadays and men are younger than women. I've seen that also. As long
Mm-hmm.
as But I'm not talking about Bollywood celebrities, I'm just talking about in general. As long as there is mental matching, I think age is just a number. Mental matching and maturity is very important. Actor 35-year-old is also like, not immature, but a 20-year also can be matured. So as long as the maturity is there, I think that is not a problem. Mridula has asked a couple of questions. Okay.
How to deal with disrespect in friendship?
You should not deal with it, first of all. A friend, why will a friend disrespect you? I don't understand this. Why would a friend? There can be differences in opinion. And then to a term that I in fact used to conduct training on this, which is called constructive disagreement. You disagree without letting the other person feel down. So that is okay. Of course, you are not कुंभ के मेले में बिछड़ा हुआ भाई बहन that you are going to agree on everything. It is all right. But why disrespect? If the person is constantly disrespecting you, it's high time, Ridula, cut that person off from your circle. Your mental sanity is in your hand. Always remember that. It is better to be alone rather than with people who are constantly disrespecting you. It is far better. Okay. Never allow disrespect in anything, in friendship, in relationship, or in anything. It is not, because that shows that how you think of yourself, your self image. Why are you allowing somebody to treat you as a doormat? I don't understand. So you have to take that into your stride. And she has
Okay.
asked another question, huh? Hmm.
How to forget those people who continuously hurt your feelings, but then we are emotionally attached with him or her?
Okay, this would need a little clarification, Mridula. So when as much as I understand this question, how to forget those people or forgive those people? Which one are you asking? Forgive or forget? How, if you are saying how to forget those people, if you're emotionally attached, you cannot forget those people. If you're actually mentally connected with somebody, how will you forget? Because forgetting
For,
also happens. Huh?
I think it will be forgive those people.
Forgive. Yeah, yeah. So, forgetting and forgetting also needs brain, and for emotionally attachment also needs brain. Question
It's
is,
hard to forget, she
it's hard to
says.
forget. Yes, you will not forget. First of all, why would you forget? You forgive, not forget. For if you want to forget, first of all, you have to start with forgiving. It is not forget and forgive, because if you forget, there is nothing left for you to forgive. It is first start with forgiving. Now, why do you want to forgive, Mridula? There's a very simple reason. I always give this example. Let's say you are holding a burning coal in your hand. ठीक है, कोई जलता हुआ coal you have in your hand, and you expect the other person to burn. वो नहीं होगा. Your skin is going to burn. Forgive not for somebody else, for yourself. It's going to be difficult. Do not try to forgive immediately after the incident has happened. No. But after a few days, after things, you have gained control over yourself, even though you're emotionally attached and even though you love them, whatever it is, just forgive them for your own sanity. You know, you have to feel peace within. Just that's why you need to forgive them. But don't forget them, because if you forget them, they will again take you for a ride. Don't forget them. Remember that thing so that next time you do not allow those things to be repeated in any of your relationship that you have. Forgive, yes, for yourself, not for them. For yourself, because you are a bigger person. So forgive them. আচ্ছা, পরে কি জয়শ্রী কি বলছে? My ma says,
Says that in their days people were not into physical intimacy before marriage, and the reason that nowadays it has become a very casual thing. People are bored and lose the charm of relation and break up so easily. Marriages are ruined. To what extent do you agree with this?
I will not completely disagree with this, because mothers are not really wrong. Mothers
Yeah,
are saying from their experience. No,
not
I
only
don't disagree with this.
they are
Uh,
not.
Yes, I agree that people have taken this into a very casual thing. But again, I would say, Jayashri, there are always two groups of people. Not everybody has taken everything casually. For few people, it is very close to their heart, and few people just do it randomly. So yes, but if you are expecting that शादी से पहले no physical intimacy, ये it is actually a little difficult nowadays, especially if there is a marriage, love marriage that is happening, because time has changed. Time has changed, the environment has changed, the everything has changed. So I'm not talking about right or wrong aspect. Do not consider morality or ethics in this. I'm talking from a very emotional investment point of view. Usually when you get into any physical relationship, most of the people get more emotionally connected with that person. That is what happens. So if the other person is not emotionally connected, it becomes easier for them to just let go and walk. In fact, people have made it so casual that it becomes easier for other people to walk off from each other, whether you consider it or not. So I would say that, whether it's right or wrong, choose, you are an adult, you have to consciously choose your actions, because you have to bear the consequences of your action. And if you think that this is actually a casual thing for your partner, then don't entertain that. A no is still a no in today's world. Remember Pink movie? No is still a no. So, and if a relationship does not continue because you said no, then it is good for you that it did not continue, because that is exactly what the person had wanted. And that is the reason why the person wanted to get into a relationship. Okay?
Next question.
Differentiate casual sex and making love. Yeah, that is exactly what I was probably answering, and I'll elaborate a little bit more. Both are physical relationships. However, it depends on the couples how they term it. These days, the young generation is more keen on physical relationship. তারপরে?
Only meaningful relationships are falling short these days.
I agree. Meaningful relation, and I would not say young generation, I would say in fact everybody is doing that around me. I have patients coming from age of 20 to age of 50. Out of that, at least 10 cases mein 8 cases are this only. Okay, I have seen. So yes, people are actually, the purity of physical relationship is somewhere lost, sadly. It is somewhere lost. And these days, that I will not say only, as I said, young generation, in fact anybody for that matter, they are more keen on that, because they do not believe in the institution of marriage anymore, because of the number of divorces which has increased. B, the value system. Do I really, long term, I think commitment phobia is one thing. Do I really want to have a commitment? Do I want to continue, or I just want to have that, one night, just a one night stand kind of a thing, and then just move on with that. So that way it becomes no guilt, no nothing. You can move on in your life. But ideally, it comes down to commitment. Whether you really want to commit to somebody, whether you can hold on to your hormones before you understand that this is the person in front of whom you want to let go of that. So घूम फिर के depends on you, what you really want to do. So coming to casual sex and making out, making love is a very pure experience that can happen, of course, with the consent of both. But it will not, you will feel very complete. It does not make you feel, you will not regret that later. First of all, casual sex is like, आज रात को क्या कर रहे हो, कुछ नहीं, बस तो कुछ करते हैं. So it becomes like that. So casual sex means you're absolutely casual about this whole approach of getting into a bed with somebody. That is casual sex. The whole concept is casual. So both are physical relationship, definitely, but what are the thought process going in your mind before you do that is what makes the couple define that whether it's casual or whether it's making love. So that is, I think, according to me. Okay. Mridula, they do. What do they do, Mridula? It's hard to forget. Yes, they disrespect, Mridula. I think they do is what you are saying, that they disrespect. Ever, I think it's high time, Mridula, you have to let go of those people. You cannot let people, step onto you and treat you like a doormat. Sorry. Thank you. You're welcome. Sana क्या बोल रही है? What is Sumi saying?
What if everything is going smooth in your love life relationship? What would you do to keep that love alive.
How So I wish everybody has experienced this kind of relationship at least once in their life, that everything is going smooth. And what do you do to keep that love alive? Um, I would just keep the spark alive, I think. It all boils down to chemistry at the end of the day. All science subject fails, biology or everything fails, but it boils down to chemistry. What, how just enriching the relationship is more important. I'm not sure, Sumi, if you attended the last session, is where we talked about growing in love. So growing in love is something which you do when everything is going smooth in your relationship, because you have to constantly grow with each other, grow on different aspects. So as long as you're growing, your relationship is also growing. Your as a person, you are growing. Your trust is growing. In fact, make more new memories with that person, because every time there is an issue, these memories are only which will keep you guys together. So I would say that, this is just a suggestion. I always tell when there's couples come for therapy, that have one wall in your room where you put whatever good memories you have, take a picture and put all those pictures there. Whenever you fight and whenever you want to do something stupid, just stand in front of the wall for 15 minutes. And because pictures have an immense impact on the way we think or changes our perception. Let's say I'm extremely angry on Shrestha, extremely angry. I might just not talk to her ever. But if I'm going through my phone gallery and when I see our pictures together, after some time I will only mellow down and I will okay, fine. Okay, fine. Then it will come down to let her approach. I will not approach. After a few days, I will only approach. Because we all are emotional people. We are ruled by our emotions. But to what extent we will be ruled by our hormones and emotion, you have to have a balance on that. You cannot let people take you for a ride. আচ্ছা, তারপরে কি এই যে তুমি বললে, জয়শ্রী আমাকে এবার ধমক দিয়েছে।
এই যে তুমি বললে কমিটমেন্ট ফোবিয়া, very interesting thing. Can you please elaborate more source, reason and what can it lead to?
Yes, good question. I was waiting for somebody to ask this question. Commitment phobia মানে তো I have seen so many people in my life. so so many people have commitment phobia. Okay, commitment phobia, primarily there are two reasons behind commitment phobia. First reason is, commitment phobia is basically people are scared that their freedom, independence is something going to be curbed if they are allowing another person to come in their life. So they basically feel যে এই তো ঠিক আছে, it was fine, why do I have to now get married and do all these things, everything is going fine, but things does not go always like that. And the moment you start putting pressure on the person, a little bit of question, suddenly you see the person is becoming aloof a little bit, धीरे 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 करके. So basically the person is okay till to certain extent, I will give you space in my life, but उससे ज़्यादा नहीं. Don't expect that I am going to stay in that same room 24/7 with you. उतना I will not be able to do. Because I am a kind of a person probably that I need too much of space, and I feel कि if I allow somebody else to come into that space, then basically my independence is somewhere getting affected. This is one reason of commitment phobia. Usually, many guys go through commitment phobia. Many, in fact, I would have loved to say all, but I would not, because I have also seen people, guys who are actually not commitment phobic, girls were commitment phobic. I've seen both sides of it. So people, commitment phobia is basically when people are too much independent and they feel if they are allowing somebody else, it is going to impact their life. And that arises because of the attachment patterns that develops during childhood. So for example, there is something in psychology which is called object relation theory. Now, what does this object relation theory says? It says the way we have been brought up, the kind of relationship we had with our mother, father, and siblings, that has an impact on the kind of relationship we will have in our later life with our partners. So, for example, if I am a guy and I had a very loving relationship with my mother, I am. It is seen that I will also try to have a loving relationship with my wife unless my motives are different. So, for example, I have seen people like, uh, how should I say? There was this one patient of mine. I want to name the person. This person was completely, pissed off with his father because his father used to step onto his freedom and always used to show him down throughout his childhood. Now he is having problems with his girlfriend. So I, while questioning or while trying to understand, he said that the girlfriend is also doing the same thing. The girlfriend is also constantly questioning, why have you kept the towel like this? Why have you not turned on the geyser? Why you have done? Why you have not done? So what is happening is these questions are reminding him of his father. And that is impacting the emotions he had for his father. That is now getting transferred to the girl. So that is impacting his current relationship. So commitment phobia is also based on that. The kind of attachment patterns you had in your childhood, that is also going to impact that. So these are the two primary reasons, Jayashree. And the more the person understands what are the reasons, what are the factors because of which the person is behaving like this, they try, matlab from subconscious it comes to a more conscious level. That is the time when they can work on these things and they can get over this object relation things. Are কোনো question আছে? Any more
এখনো
questions? No? You still have time, you can ask questions. Just if you have any question now.
আমার কোনো কোয়েশ্চেন নেই।
Yeah, we are out of questions. Anybody
ঠিক
has any question, please feel free to ask. Feel free to, check that. We still have about 10 minutes left, so you can ask questions. Who are watching? Let me see. Any new
people
people?
are
Ananya. Sorry.
watching.
Okay.
আচ্ছা,
Huh?
um, what what I do to keep the spark alive is trying new things when we get bored. Say drawing also give ourselves the personal space. He with his friends, me with mine, and you know how I joke around. What are your thoughts on this?
This is the best thing that you can do. Relationship में है इसका मतलब नहीं ये नहीं है कि prisoners है. You always have to be with together. You always have to have your DP with your boyfriend. It doesn't mean that. So I see, oh my God, the couples are always WhatsApp में together, Facebook में together, Insta में together. They are always together. So the moment they give their single picture, I find something is wrong in their relationship now that it has suddenly become single. Do not leave your individuality because somebody else is there in your life. You have to understand you have come alone, you will go alone. And you have to lead your life with your values and your morality and everything. Somewhere you are giving space to in your life to different people. So of course, when you're giving space to life, you will create bridge, you will talk to each other, cross each other the bridge, enter each other's world, talk, spend some time, but that does not mean you are always like those CCTV cameras in our part. हम लोग के कॉलोनी में जो CCTV cameras घूमती रहती है दो टांगों में, उसकी तरह नहीं होना है. That those aunties who keep on spying on each one of us what we are doing. So Sumi, what you're doing is the best thing. Giving space is very important because you might be extremely close with each other, sitting next to each other, but there will be too much of mental distance if you're constantly poking into each other's business. It is extremely important to have your set of friends. He needs to have his set of friends. It is sometimes it's good to have not any some no common friends is also sometimes good because otherwise ये common friends are the major reason the people में relationship में problem होता है. These common friends are the सबसे बड़ा problem होता है relationship में. I'm telling you because I have seen in fact divorce rates there are 80% of divorce cases that are happening. It is because of a third party interference. Any third party has interfered. That can be mother, that can be sister, that can be a common friend, that can be anybody who has interfered in between the couple. When somebody interferes or in between any relationship when somebody interferes, the मतलब 99% chances that relationship को तो टूटना ही है. So I remember that how many relationship I have saved because fourth person मैं entered की वहाँ पे and make them understand that see this is the problem. Why are you putting your private affair into the public domain? You should not do that. Let's say you and your for example Sumi, you and your boyfriend, let's say you are working in the same organization. I know you are not working, but let's say you're working in the same organization. So if you have a problem, you will not going to fight, you are going to fight it in your home. Even though you are working in the same organization, if you come and fight it in the office, it's going to be unprofessional. So never make those private thing a public affair, which also means that giving space to each other is very important. Drawing karo, painting karo, you sing, you can do that. Explore different things. And sometimes no, doing nothing is also important. Nothing, कुछ नहीं करना है. You stay, थोड़ा देर हम मुझको भी अलग रहने दो. Getting hold of yourself is very important. अपने आप को खो के किसी को प्यार करने का कोई मतलब नहीं बनता. It doesn't make any sense. Never lose yourself in the act of loving someone. There is a difference between desperation and determination. You're determined to make your love life happy, great. Don't become desperate. It's not going to work. वाह,
पर
क्या
मैंने
बात.
कुछ कुछ लोगों के लिए तो प्यार अंधा होता है ना, तो
लंगड़ा भी होता है. सब होता है प्यार. एकदम अंधा होता है because they don't want to see anything. See, the moment you become conscious, you would become aware of a lot of things. So it is better I will keep my eyes closed and I'll happily keep or behave like that cat who thinks that if I close my eyes and drink the milk, nobody can see that I'm drinking the milk. But that is not how it happens. You're welcome, Sumi. You're welcome. Any other questions, anyone? We have the last 5 minutes. Any other questions? Jayashree Ache? Jayashree question Sheshwach? Jayashree, Sumi, Rituparna, Anaya, Khushbu, Nivedita. Anybody has any question, please feel free to ask. এটা কি দিল? Oh
sticker.
my. Just like you.
I love the
I love
fish.
it. Thank you, Sumi. Thank you. Anybody, any questions? We have still 2 to 3 more minutes to go. If you have any
I
questions.
at the social media PDA affects the relationship. Too many people interfere and the couples only give that space to public to enter in between.
Correct. Correct. Social media. Social media, so matlab, it has become like your, as if you have to post everything that is happening. Whatever
PDA.
is happening, that you have to post. PDA, though, I am not even talking about that. In fact, 14th Feb, I have stopped coming out of my house, because it irritates me to no extent to see all these things. If there is in love, why do you have to show off so much on the road? You have to express. Definitely, if there is love, you have to express to each other. Often you have to express that to each other. But you really do not need to do all these things. PDA, yes, Sumi, public display of affection. PDA is public display of affection. Now she is going to laugh. So, social media, yes. See, no third person can enter your relationship if you have not given that opportunity to that person. Any one of you. So let's say somebody is trying to create an issue between or Shrestha or me. हम दोनों के बीच में कोई आने का कोशिश कर रहा है. So of course, any one of, I'm sure that सुमी का ही लाभ था ये. So yes, I will explain this video. Okay. Okay, I will. So what I'm saying is that the third person, which Jayashree was talking about. So let's say हम दोनों का एक relation है, and there is this person is uh, another person enters this scene, which means what? Either I have allowed that or Srishta has allowed that. Without our approval, nobody has the guts to come in between us. So that is, of course, you cannot blame the third person. You have to blame the person who are in this relationship.
I agree.
নাহলে হবে না. Public display of affection is, Sumi, whatever you want to do it inside the room, you do it outside the room in front of people. That is the safest explanation of public display of affection. What you see in the park, everywhere, people go hand in hand is fine, hand in hand is still okay. But too much of affection has to be displayed in front of everyone to show that we are in love. No, you don't have to. You don't need a certification from anybody that you are in love. You feel the love, great. Keep it to yourself. Once in a while, expressing it socially is also okay. But everything posting on social media, but पता चला relationship नहीं हुआ, 5 years का government का project हो गया. You have to post everything to get the vote of the people. So, so no, we will not do that. That is not healthy. That's not a healthy relationship. Ab
Nibba
nibban.
nibbi. I hate that. Me too, I hate that.
Yeah, nibban. Right, right. So yes. So any more questions, anyone? We are almost wrapping up the session. Shrestha, any last minute questions for me? Anyways, you can ask me later also, of course. But still, if you have any questions now, which you want audience to hear also.
um, থাক পরেই করবো আমি।
Very good. Anybody else? Any questions? Anyone? So, usually this particular open house was only on relationship and love, of course, but later on, the next couple of months down the line, when we hold another open house, that will be any questions you can ask. So, if you have any question right now, we still have 3 more minutes. Are you guys in love? Which guys? Shrestha
তুমি
and me. Oh, she's my cub. I always post like this kangaroo and the cub. I mean, you were
fine.
both. Oh, no, no, we are not, Sumi. We are not lucky. Nobody loves us. Nobody loves me. I will post that reel from Insta. Nobody loves me like that.
Nobody
No,
loves
but
me.
we had been in relationship before, so that's why we have seen everything now. So, ऐसे सवाल करो ना. Are
So,
you guys in love? You give me heart attacks.
so আমাকে একটা জাস্ট ছোট্ট আনসার দাও
Okay.
যে ধরো একটা রিলেশনশিপ থেকে কি করে মুভ অন করতে হয়, হাউ টু মুভ অন।
Same here to me. I to love you a lot. You know that already. I love
আই
you
লাভ
more.
ইউ তুমি।
I love you too, Sumi. Relationship থেকে move on. Okay. Again, there is no hard and fast rules, of course, that you have to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. No. First things first is we all need to realize it's over. That realization will hit us very hard. It is going to hit us extremely hard that the relationship is over, and we'll go through, all those sad song playlist will also be there. So everything is going to be there. We might we might do a lot of things which are out of our character. So first things first is when you have realized that it is over, you have to stop stalking the person. That's step number one. You have to stop stalking person. You know why? Because if there is a cut in your hand, you cannot keep on picking it more. Otherwise वो gangrene हो जाएगा. আমি তো সবাইকে ভালোবাসি, মাদার টেরেসা, জয়শ্রী.
তোকেও সবাই ভালোবাসে জয়শ্রী।
So this is one thing. You have to stop. And just because the person has left or the person has moved on or the person has cheated or the person is with somebody else, when that chapter is closed, I cannot keep on sitting on that chapter for my entire life. When I have given the person to ruin my life for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, now I am giving another hour, 4 months, 5 months for that control I'm giving back to that person. It is not worth it. You have to tell yourself it's not worth it. We are there to love you. Thank you, Khushbu. So, so you know, you have to understand, you have to tell yourself it's not worth it. I will talk about, because you're asking this, I will tell this. Age of 21 or 22, I had my first relationship. That relationship lasted for 3.5 years. And the day, so when I got to know that this person was two timing and all, and it was difficult. 6 months, I was at that time in complete depression. I was 6 months. But one fine day, when I saw these pictures of this man with another woman and they are declaring their marriage dates also, which told me, why am I even wasting time for this person anymore? Because this person was never intended to be, was not invested in me fully in the first place. 6 महीने में तो किसी से मतलब शादी वादी वाला नहीं, मतलब मेरे से ब्रेकअप हुआ तो in 2 weeks time they started posting pictures with each other. That means what, this woman was always there in the scene, which I was not aware. So 6 months down the line, what I did is I tell everybody to do that. I booked a cab. I went to Money Square, which is a mall here. I entered Cafe Coffee Day. I ordered a sizzling brownie with ice cream. I had everything, and I said, it's enough. Chocolate is better than him, so anything else can be better than him. And that day onwards, I started slowly and steadily started moving out of depression myself, because at that time, 10 years back, psychologist, therapist, ये सब तो उतना नहीं था. So alone, struggled, again made mistakes, again struggled. But now I have seen every part of love, and I can say that nobody is worth over your nobody is worth over your respect, over your feelings. Anaya has asked a question, huh?
I am very short tempered, so suddenly I started shouting on my husband, and then suddenly after the fight, I will get calm down and start regretting it. So, how to control that sudden?
So Anaya, I will ask you a couple of questions here. Is this only with your husband or with everybody? That is the first thing. Because if it's with everybody, then the problem is only with anger. And if it's only with husband, then probably there is some repressed emotions that you have about your husband, which every time comes out whenever you are trying to talk to this person. And second thing is about anger. I like, just one session is not enough to tell you how to control your anger, but yes, couple of things I will tell you. First things first is any words that comes out of your mouth, it is said, you cannot take it back. So there is a difference between react and respond. Respond is when you think and then you act, and react is instant. So whenever you this react is happening, that means what? No, with my mom also. That means anger is the problem. So when if anger is your problem, then the only first things first is we have to identify where did it all start. Is it a childhood problem? Are there issues that are there which are unresolved, because of which it is leading to this outburst every now and then? Also, you have to keep in mind, Anaya, that couple of things, that react and respond thing which I was talking about. Reaction is anger. Respond is, what is anger? But basically, there are 5 things you want to tell your husband, and when you're angry, you actually tell not those 5 things, but the rest of the things. Those 5 things are not said. Those 5 things are the important ones that are kept somewhere else, and you keep on shouting because it is filled with emotions. It is emotional outburst that is happening when you're angry. But when you're responding, it means that not to react immediately. Walk out of the situation a little bit till the time you can calm down a little bit. Deep breathe, count 1 to 10, literally count 1 to 10, and then tell yourself that these are the things I want to say. Very assertively say those things instead of just reacting, because shouting never helps. You know who shouts? Let me see, anybody can answer. Chita Chita Saman hai. Forget about what's a beautiful and hot Shrestha. Oh my goodness. Chinta Chita Saman hai. Forget about your ex. Move on. You are beautiful and hot Shrestha. Focus on being the best version of yourself. You know you are very strong and you can do it. Yes. Thank you, Sumi. तुमको एक chocolate खिलाऊंगी मैं. So yes, coming to Anaya. So this is what you need to do, and I think it is important to introspect for those people who have anger issues. And introspection means a little bit of meditation every day will help you to calm down your nerves. When too much is happening in our life, we are always at the brim. We are always at the brink of reacting. So maybe you need to get a hold of yourself of what is happening around. Think about, are there unresolved issues because of which I am actually reacting like this every time. Get hold of all these things, and I'm sure you will get your answers. And of course, if you don't get your answers, this is the page from which you will get your answers, so don't worry about that. So yes, thank you, Sumi, for that beautiful message. And that is exactly what Sanhati people do. They always lift each other up, whether it's in the group or whether it's in the live. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Thank you, Sumi. Any other questions, anyone? Just remember, love is a beautiful experience. Don't make it a crippling and complaining experience. If anything is, you're most welcome, Anaya. So if anything is making you feel that love is not a good experience, that means you're with the wrong person. And वो मैंने एक reel देखा था ना, there was this reel of this छोटी सी बच्ची on Instagram who says, if you're constantly crying, you have to ask yourself, you're dating a boy or you're dating a onion. So you have to understand that. And that goes the other way around as well. You're dating a girl or dating an onion. I have
I
a
have a
question. Don't end. Let me type. Okay. Okay. So, okay. I will not end. Oh my God, that
she's
came as she's very sweet. You have to see her from face to face. Oh my God, she's very sweet. All
okay,
right.
about মানে soulmates.
Okay. Soulmates, I think soulmates টা আমি last live এ বলছিলাম বোধহয়। soulmates. What are the memories you have about your ex, Dipani Dadi? Oh my, Sumi, I'm going to kill you for this. Actually, I don't have any memories, to be honest. First, let me answer what Shrestha asked, then I'll end with your question. So, okay, Shrestha, soulmates, as I said, soulmates are those people with whom you feel, the first time you meet this person and then you feel, इसको तो मैं बहुत सालों से जानती हूँ. That is soul. Your soul connection. Basically, whatever happens, this is your one-stop destination. Whatever happens, हम तो यहीं पे आएंगे. And it is soul. There is something called twin soul and there is something called soulmates. Twin soul is like exactly like yours. And some soulmates are like, if there are cracks here, this soul will come and fill in those cracks and make you feel complete. That is soulmate. And soulmates, as I said last time also, soulmates are not somebody who has to be your partner. Not always. It can be your friend, it can be your sister, it can be just an acquaintance with whom you feel that the connection is eternal. So that's definitely soulmate. But usually we people always try to associate it with our partners, but not all partners are soulmates. Otherwise, हम लोग का तो by now we have met many soulmates in our life, but ऐसा नहीं है. Soulmates are not always partners. And soulmates does not make you feel horrible about yourself. They won't do that. Ending with Sumi's question. Sumi, I honestly don't have any memories, any bad memories about this person because if you would have asked me this question 10 years back, I would have told you all bad things about the person. But now, because I have healed myself also, and now what I remember is that I had a relationship, and if this person stands in front of me, nothing is going to probably background me because I'm a little filmy. Only those things will come which is like बर्फी का गाना बजेगा फिर ले आया दिल types, but इससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं होगा. I'll be happy, I'll go and happily sleep. I have nothing against this person. In fact, I'm thankful that this person has moved out of my life because that has showed me that I deserve better. So which is okay. And Sumi
I
has said something.
Because I believe that we must never regret for anything that happened, as there are a reason for everything that happens at one point of time. We were happy with our ex. Correct.
Correct. Yeah, I had very good memories with the person, and with because of this person, I could experience a lot of things which I would have never thought in my wildest dream to do those things. But I have done that. That time I was very happy. It did not work out. Whatever happened, whoever's fault, I'm way past over those things. So now it is just that this is a story. It's more of a story, and I will tell this story, and it only tells me that. If ये भी नहीं था इससे मतलब इससे भी कुछ अच्छा है मेरे लिए. So that keeps on telling me there's this reel that Shrestha has sent me on Insta once. I really like that, you fall in love multiple times in your life. So if your heart breaks, just remember you're one heartbreak closer to your always forever. So
Yeah.
I remember this, and that is exactly what I would like to tell each one of you. It's okay to fall in love every time. It would feel the same, and if it doesn't work, yeah, it will feel bad, but move on because you're just one heartbreak closer to your forever. So, and if it's not forever, it was never that love. Remember that. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. It's almost an hour. We can finish off the session. Thank you for such lovely audiences and questions, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.